Ready? High school for me was a time to connect with friends. I just landed my first girlfriend, 16 years old, playing football, basketball, running track, you name it. I kept myself busy from sunup to sundown, on the football field, in the weight room, hanging out with my friends, anything except for reading and homework. I was able to keep my grades up nonetheless, but I wasn't necessarily fully focused. So basically, just like any other high school student. I was always waiting for class to end, looking at the clock, trying to keep myself awake, typical jock waiting for practice to start. Young kids these days are so focused on their iPhones, laptops, video games. Who has time to read? Reading's for nerds. Once I got to college, I roomed with a political science major, and he was always reading. One afternoon, he took me down to Barnes& and Noble and made me buy 3 or 4 books. And one specific book that changed my mind about reading was Lone Survivor. Now, it's a blockbuster movie, but before the movie was a book written by Marcus Luttrell, and I did read the book before I saw the movie. I opened it up and could not put it down. I read it in about maybe 18 hours. It was emotional, it was moving, and I'm pretty sure I shed a few tears. Yeah, I did shed a few tears. So once I got finished reading that, I thought, what else is there out there for me to read? I purchased a Kindle and I haven't looked back. I think Americans and people in general are spending too much money watching television, playing video games, scrolling through social media. We don't spend enough time reading books. Let me tell you some of the benefits from reading. So lately I've been more and more interested in historical biographies. One specific I'm reading is about James Madison, written by Lynn Cheney. So I'm going to read a few more about George Washington and Alexander Hamilton, but reading these biographies has helped me learn more about founding fathers. With regards to public education, they only really just touch the surface with history. Diving into a book like this, I get a better understanding of the life of President Madison and a better understanding really of some of the early events of our republic. Reading can educate you. Nonfiction books are important for younger children to help gain skills for analyzing information. Regarding the Job and Coleman study, they found that gifted and multicultural children find nonfiction texts more engaging to their interests and encourages them to learn and categorize and synthesize information better. There was an email that went viral sent by General Mattis, who is now the Secretary of Defense. He received an email from one of his field commanders who asked just simply how to find time reading. General Mattis owns a library of over 5,000 books, so he always has time reading. He went on to tell the commander about how without reading, you're learning the hard way, through experience. If you read, you're learning from the past, from prior experience on how to do things, from what works and what doesn't work. So take strategy books, for example. One of the most popular war novels is written by Sun Tzu, The Art of War, and this was a book written in the Chinese imperial age and still widely popular and used today. Reading can also enhance your imagination and creativity. J.R.R. Tolkien and J.K. Rowling are experts in this field. Harry Potter and The Lord of the Rings have been huge hits with readers in the past. These help develop the imagination by putting yourself in the world of fiction through the eyes of Harry Potter or whoever the main character is. So, more than creativity and knowledge, reading can be a stress reliever in many ways. According to a study from the University of Sussex in UK, 68% of your daily stress is relieved through reading. Whether it's a newspaper, a magazine, or a book, 6 minutes of reading a day is all you need to remove and clear your head from stress that is building up from work, from your family, or whatever the stress is coming from. Another book I read recently was a book written by Chris Voss. So Chris led the FBI anti-terrorism unit for 24 years, and previously he was a police officer in Kansas City. The book was about negotiating and how to enhance your negotiating skills. So now, to be fair, the book was more geared toward getting out of a hostage situation, but he also gave some good pointers about how to negotiate a new contract at work or even a job interview, which gives me a chance to transition to my next topic, finding a good job. So with knowledge and creativity, you can find books out there to learn, whether it's how to kill a job interview, negotiate a contract, or even learn a thing or two about specific job requirements to enhance your skill set. So I've hit educational benefits, imagination, stress, finding a good job. My last topic is just fundamentals. Reading is important for simple function in today's society. Currently, I'm living in Italy, and it's extremely hard to just read a restaurant menu or traffic signs on the streets. Because I can't read Italian, I can't speak it either. I know a few words, but that's about it. Luckily, most of the nationals actually speak better English than I do, so I don't really have to worry about it. But simple tasks like reading the label on a medicine bottle or reading instructions can be very difficult. Reading can help you discover new things, develop a wider, broader imagination, gives you more of a creative side. So, to conclude, reading can help you relieve stress, develop your imagination, learn new things about history or different war battles, which is specifically what I like to read about. We spend way too much time, especially the younger generation, just glued to the video game system, watching the Super Bowl, which is coming up. We need to spend more time and energy reading books. One of my favorite movies, and I'll relate this back to reading, is Good Will Hunting. So if you take a look at Will, the main character played by Matt Damon, he grew up in foster care, different foster care families. Never really went to public schools or had any kind of formal education. But along with the photographic memory, which he was blessed to have, Will dedicated himself to learning, reading books, learning how to do math, physics, chemistry, calculus, and he did this on 50 cents in late charges at the public library. So the moral of the argument, 50 cents is all you need to learn as much as Will Hunting did. No, just kidding. Not really. But try to set a goal. My goal is one book per month, 12 books a year, which doesn't seem like a lot, but last year I did not hit the goal. The year before that, I think I passed it by 3 or 4 books. Maybe if you just start with 6 books a year, or even just start with one. Carve out some time at the end of the day to read a novel. Just read up on some of the latest news, maybe a magazine or a newspaper or anything like that. Maybe an audiobook. You'll find that it's incredibly soothing and you'll release some stress while you're at it.